Well, let the adventure begin.
What adventure?
Oh, the excellent cosmic Urantia adventure.
Excellent cosmic Urantia adventure.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Well, we're going to go on this adventure of finding out what is the Urantia Book and why is it so excellent and why is it so cosmic.
Urantia Book? What's the
Yeah.
Urantia Book?
Oh, the Urantia Book, yeah. It's a book that appeared on our planet about 1955, and it has wonderful answers to all kinds of questions. It's a wonderful spiritual book that I have enjoyed so much. And we want to tell the people watching what it's all about.
So we're going to invite them to come along on this adventure.
Well, we probably should. If they're willing. Think they're willing? They'll probably come
I
along.
think so.
All right, so let's just declare that we're beginning. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Let the adventure begin. Okay, so where did this book come from?
Well, it's given to us by celestial personalities who are in charge of taking care of our planet. And every so often, apparently, planets like ours get these big epical revelations. Like Jesus was an epical revelation. He came to reshape the religious thought of our planet. And he's, it's still working out. But I think because there's been so much confusion still about who's God and what is God and why is God, and there's still so much confusion on our planet that the beings that watch over us said, well, let's send them a book. Let's send them a text, like we've got printing presses now. And like this couldn't have been done 2,000 years ago, but now that we've got, printing presses, they said, let's print a book. And we'll give them all this information, and that should help them straighten out and understand.
So they printed the book?
No, they actually, through a series of communications with humans, were able to get the information into print form. The book was first published in 1955 in Chicago, Illinois.
So it's been around for a while.
It's been around quite a while, but it hasn't really been promoted, and a lot of people don't know about it. And I see a lot of people really looking for God and religion and struggling with these questions, these really difficult questions to answer, and the answers pretty much lie inside the Urantia Book. The authors have answered all the questions that you'll probably ever have.
Is this a religion?
No, the Urantia Book's not a religion. It's more like a revelation. It's a revealing of known and unknown truths to our planet, which they call Urantia. So the best thing about it is that it doesn't just create a whole bunch of new ideas or try to create a new thing. It basically says, here's what you already know, and it puts it into a really readable context and say, here's what you don't know that you might want to know. So it'll reveal new things to us only when they can't find something that we've already understood that's existing already. So it's kind of a correlation between our existing knowledge and this revealed knowledge that's higher and at a different level that we really need to have if we're going to advance as a planet and get away from wars and hunger and all the problems that we have right now.
So how is it going to lead us away from wars?
Well, it says in the book that only enlightened individuals can create an enlightened society.
That makes sense.
And so once the individual becomes more advanced and brighter and smarter and more enlightened, then as a member of society gains and benefits by that. And it's kind of like a bottom-up kind of approach on religion. Usually it used to be a top-down. The priest or the high whatever guru would know all the information and then we'd learn from it. And it worked okay, but in this day and age I think we need to look at the individual. And when the individual becomes aware of his cosmic destiny and his purpose and the reason why he's living and understands cosmic meanings and values, then that person becomes a real asset and actually influences society and how it's going.
I've heard that there's information about science and the arts and humanity in the Urantia Book. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, one of the great things about the Urantia Book is it finally harmonizes science and religion. Because when I was young, there was this big war between science and religion, and I think in some people's world there still is a lot of, like, how does science and religion fit? And after reading the Urantia Book, I see where they're not in conflict with each other. It's like Science, you might say, is a way of measuring or observing God's phenomenon, what the Creator has created. And science is just the way of studying that. But when you study it close enough, pretty soon it all goes back to the source. Like, oh, this is all what God created anyway. So it really, after you read the Urantia book, you feel perfectly at peace with science and religion. It's not one or the other. It's like, wow, they work together. They're like joined at the hip. I think what's people want to know maybe is like, well, how does the Urantia book fit into what I believe? You know, is it going to make any difference? Is it going to help me? Is it going to confuse me? And the Urantia book is actually designed to uplift all religions. It's not designed to be a new religion. It's designed to add truth and perspective and meaning and value to whatever your religion is. Like, I happen to be raised in a Christian faith, but I had a lot of questions. There was a lot of unanswered questions, and I went out looking. I said, God, if there's answers, show them to me. I want to find them. And that's when I stumbled across this book. And thankfully it's answered every question I had. I didn't think a book could answer every question I had, but all the unanswered questions were answered. And it doesn't matter if you're Buddhist or Zoroastrian, it doesn't matter. This book will make your religion come alive. I've got a friend who is a very deep Bible scholar, and he said, I never really understood the Bible until I read the Urantia book. I was pretty amazed.
Interesting.
I was pretty amazed by his comment, but now that I've read it, I really understand what he means. And I understand all religions so much better, and I appreciate the truths in each religion because they're all striving for truth. And all religions, because there's humans involved somewhere along the line, have some confusion and some error and some misinterpretation. And the Urantia book's only goal is just to make all religions have a higher level of truth. So that's why it doesn't matter what background you're from, you'll find something great from reading the Urantia book.
These folks might want to know where to get a book.
Well, that's true. It's easy to get a book online. Go to an online bookstore, type in Urantia, Urantia, and you'll find books for sale, new and used. You can go to your bookstore and order one. Libraries have them. You can go online, type in Urantia. You'll find a lot of websites. We'll put some at the end of this film. We'll put some addresses on there. You can even get audio versions of the Urantia book. So like me, I drive a lot, so I like to listen to it during the day as I'm driving around. So do a little bit of research, but the first thing is just to get a copy of the book and just start reading it. It's really a delight to read this book. You might say it's life-saving. You know, it's like that. It's a very powerful, deep spiritual experience. So I invite every listener to go get a copy. Do yourself a big favor and read this book. So I guess it's time to sign out. And saying thank you for coming on the excellent
Cosmic Urantia Adventure.
We'll see you later, and we'll see you somewhere on the path. Eternity's a long time, so we're going to be bumping into each other often. Take care.